Think Tank Watch. This is Esther McVey, back when she was presenting primetime television.
Now, is there anything else, any handy hints that I should have so I look like a true pianist?
Obviously, while we get going, the important thing is you can't play the piano, but you've got to look as though you can.
I think she's applied the same technique to being a politician.
That involves, of course, Esther, swaying, and if you get lost, just sway along with me.
Do we sway together?
We can choose
or apart?
the sort of...
Anyway, many years later, and here she is at the Centre for Policy Studies as a Tory MP delivering a speech about the common sense at the heart of government.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Esther McVey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be with you here today, and I would like to thank the Centre for Policy Studies for hosting us, and I'm delighted to share in this 50th celebratory anniversary year.
Here's just a brief example of the type of common sense approach she believes in, managing to crowbar in phrases like utter madness, militant workers, and that isn't common sense, that's nonsense.
We have even had some councils like the Lib Dem South Cambridgeshire paying their workers for 5 days a week for working just 4. Utter madness. And we have militant workers like those at the ONS who seem to think it's an outrageous imposition to be asked to go into their workplace in the office of people have always done. Public sector workers are employed to serve the public, not for their own convenience. We cannot let working from home mean that the taxpayer is getting an inferior service whilst picking up a higher bill. To me, that isn't common sense, that's nonsense.
This notion that you get better results from working in an office is a growing bugbear of right-wing commentators who also seem to hate the idea of workers getting paid the same amount for working less hours, even though it's been proved to increase productivity. But then, what do you expect when Esther is giving her speech at the Centre for Policy Studies, a think tank co-funded by none other than Margaret Thatcher? With the Centre for Policy Studies' belief in free market economics and the small state, Transparify, an organisation dedicated to examining the transparency of think tanks, ranked it one of 4 least transparent in the UK, as they refused to reveal the identities of their donors. Click here to learn more about the feud between Esther McVey and Lorraine Kelly.